Hey everyone, Dan here, and here just to give you an update on how I'm doing, how the channel's doing during this time that we're in right now. Of course, I won't say the name because that could be, that could negatively affect me in terms of either monetization or recommendations of this showing up. But I'm here to tell you that like a lot of conventions that I normally go to each month are now of course getting canceled, and of course for anybody who follows social media within the fandom or conventions, if you guys are convention goers, already know what's happening. Like for me, it all started in March last month with South by Southwest Gaming Expo getting canceled. And at my first impression at the time was like, really? Because at the time it hadn't gotten bad yet. But the ball was already rolling on how everything could potentially get worse, and eventually it did. And so when I heard if South by Southwest is getting canceled, that could kind of roll over to the next few months, and sure enough it did. So South by Southwest, even I typically only film like maybe one video there if there's anything really worth filming. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Last year I did film a little bit, but it wasn't enough to make a worthwhile video, so that's why I didn't upload. And the award show was tough to film based on how they set the room up. They really shrunk it. Then I found out that MiniCon for I think it's next month, yeah, in May, and early May, that also got canceled. And normally I film one or two videos there, and they do pretty well on this channel, in terms of my average view count. And that kind of bummed me, but that's kind of when I started to accept that, well, yeah, life is on hold. And so everything is just going to have to, be played by ear as time goes on. As far as I know, in terms of my convention schedule for this year, everything up until May has been canceled. The convention that I'm going to, or plan to go to, if I still can, hopefully, is in June, which is Anime CTX. And normally I film quite a bit there. I film at least 4 videos there. And they have good guests. It's actually one of like my favorite cons of the year. I've yet to have even a mediocre Anime CTX. And so far I haven't heard anything from the organizers, MiniCon or stuff, and who also runs this con. And if they haven't said anything, I can't say anything about whether it's officially canceled or not. But I guess it's because it's too soon to determine if that con is still a go. Because it's just early April. And the cons this month and cons next month, it's better safe than sorry to just not have them. Because as of early April, the first week of April, which I'm filming this and uploading this, we haven't hit our peak yet in terms of infection rate. We haven't really started to see a downturn, just slightly. Last I checked, our infection rate was just going up like that, but then it kind of started to do that, which I think is the first sign that staying at home, isolation, quarantine is working. But still, that thing is going up. And until it starts to do this is when we can kind of start, thinking, all right, maybe things will start to get better. Maybe this convention won't be canceled after all, or maybe it could still happen, or still I don't know yet. Depends on how much that goes down. Flatten the curve is something we've all heard a lot, which determines how well we can handle what's going on. And right now we can't. I'm not here to talk about it in general. I'm here to talk about my convention schedule and how I'm doing. I guess for me personally, who goes to all these cons every month, or just about every month, I myself got sick a month ago But I don't think it was with the virus. And this was before all the testings became more available, but still, even today, they're still not as available as they should be. And I didn't test, but for 2 days out of that week, I was very, very sick. Like body aches, like coughing and sneezing a lot. And I was worried I had caught the virus. But then my nasal symptoms started showing. Like I had a runny nose and a bad sneeze along with a bad cough. And it only those 2 really bad days only last, were only bad for 2 days. And I didn't have trouble breathing, so I looked up the symptoms of what this virus is, and I didn't really match it. I mean, who knows? I'm better now. I'm like hardly coughing or sneezing, like maybe at most like 3 or 4 times a day. But according to doctors, even if you're are recovered and you feel like you're well, you'll still have some lingering, symptoms. The cough is the hardest and the last symptom to die out. Even if you're well, your body is still healing from the after effects of battling whatever it is that made you sick. And so that's why you still have lingering coughs, and that could go on for another week or so, probably even 2, depending on how strong the immune system is. So I'm good now, but I'm still staying in this room most of the day and going out only when I have to for food or stuff. I went to my first store for the first time since the stay-at-home orders were issued, and that was only just to get toothpaste. In and out, open the door with the elbow, push out with it to come home, wash my hands. And so me personally, how I'm doing all right so long as I stay here. And of course, my convention videos are the ones that do the best on this channel, and they're the ones you guys like to click on the most. Not just you about my fellow subscribers, but also people who happen to find this who haven't subscribed to me or yet. Well, it kind of goes without saying those videos and events are going to be put on hold, but we don't know for sure how long. San Japan, the big one for not just me but for most of us who watch this channel, that convention is still planned to happen as of early April. I see or I hear what the chairman of the convention, Davis, is doing almost daily, and he himself has said that we're still playing it by ear and we're paying attention. But as of right now, we're gonna still act like it's gonna happen. They're still giving guest announcements as recent as last week or so, or 2 weeks ago. So they're still acting like it's gonna happen. And I'm hoping by the time San Japan happens in early September on Labor Day weekend, things have gotten much better for us to now leave our homes and gather a little bit. But we'll see, because this pandemic could go on for half a year or even a year. The last one we were in 10 years ago, the swine flu, the H1N1, that pandemic, on the global scale duration lasted for over a year or about a year and a half. And that one was lighter than this one. So we'll see how this plays out. I will let you guys know how things are going. If CTX is going to happen, which is this next con that I'm scheduled to go to, it's not scheduled to happen until late June. So that gives it a little bit more of a window of us to possibly get better. And I personally fear that it may not happen, but I hope it does still. They haven't really announced any guests, and I haven't seen anything for them, like I said earlier, so I wonder if they're not even bothering right now, the organizers, or they're going to make an announcement as it gets closer to that date of late June. And in July, it's OkashiCon. I've never been to that one, but I could have gone, but I haven't been able to the past couple of years. But in July, if things are much better and that is able to happen, I'll go ahead and go to that one. August is Anime Austin. That's kind of around the middle of August, maybe late August. I have to check the dates again. And again, that's also scheduled to happen, but they're going to play it by ear, of course. Like, that's pretty much, you can say that with all the cons that are scheduled for the rest of this year. You know, from Anime CTX in June to San Japan in September. And then, of course, the Comic-Cons in the fall, IkiCon in December at the... Well, actually, it's going to be on New Year's, because that's the weekend that happens. That IkiCon is scheduled. So, I'm hoping things get better as of April, you know, that I'm saying this. But of course, future me or future us who are looking at this will look back and be like, well, this is what we knew at the time. And for the decisions to cancel them, yeah, it sucks, but we know it's the right decision too. Because that's how you end this. That's the fastest way to, you know, make this, you know, disappear and go away, is by not gathering. Viruses can spread even if you don't have symptoms. I heard you can get it by even breathing on someone if you're a carrier. It's that bad. And so, not just like sneezing or coughing or touching the surface where it's on, but I want this to end, because conventions, not only are they fun, they're our lifestyle. And yeah, it sucks how we have to just put this on hold, but at the same time, it's understandable. I know many others have said that already, but it has to be said because it's true. So that's what I'm here to let you guys know, how I was doing, how my schedule's doing. To summarize, I got sick, probably not with the virus, considering I was nasal, but I'm better now. Still have a tad lingering cough, but it's now, I'm starting to go away. Convention schedules up until May are canceled. June, we'll probably know the sooner it gets there. And I'll probably make another updated video if I hear from CTX or OkashiCon of what they're going to do this year, if it's going to happen or not. And of course, San Japan would suck if that was canceled. Especially for all my friends who are in the horror, you know, community, because this year's theme of San Japan is horror. I'm friends with the creepypasta YouTubers, and they were so looking forward to this. So we have our fingers crossed. Thank you guys so much for watching, putting up with this, because I'm putting up with this. I mean, we're not alone. In the meantime, what I can do is I can work on some backlogs of podcasts, gaming topics we talked about, my friends, you know, months ago when we filmed it. And I know Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be coming out. I have that pre-ordered. Right now I'm currently playing Resident Evil 3 Remake. I couldn't get the collector's box for that because it went super fast and I had trouble refreshing. My Persona 5 Royal box set, you know, Phantom Thieves edition got delayed, so I'm waiting for that to be released with sometime this month. And also, I still plan to make the unboxing videos of the Final Fantasy VII Remake and the Persona 5 Royal if it comes out. And if The Last of Us 2 got delayed, and I was thinking of getting that box set, but I'll have to make a decision on that later. So the unboxing videos are also postponed until things get better, even though my friends are well.
It would be cheaper.
We still don't want to take that chance. Alright, so in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. When I have another update, I'll let you know. But until then, I'll be working on some backlogs of my gaming and anime related podcast videos that I have to work on now. Alright, see you guys.